We have 1 minute before we go live.
Go ahead. Go on.
Right time to join before we continue. So if you can give us maybe about 5 minutes, that would be great. Hey, Jimmy. Hey, Oakland. How are you? Hey, LaWanda. Good to see you. Oakland forward. Good to see you. Again, this is Representative Cynthia A. Johnson, a former representative for House District. My turn is over.
Are you the Zoom user?
Yes, I am.
Chair of the Michigan Democratic Party.
Reasons why, but if we'll give just a couple of more minutes until 7:05 and we'll start up. So go get your coffee, go get your drink, go get your beer, go get your relax on and come back and we can have a hearty conversation. I'm not going to take up a whole lot of your time. It's going to be less than 30 minutes. Tomorrow, we're going to have a press conference, hopefully with the media. I'm sorry. No, Thursday. I keep forgetting today is Tuesday. So we're going to have a press conference with the media on Thursday at 11 o'clock, 11 a.m. And it'll be by way of the same Zoom. So look forward to that too. I'm so glad to see all of you. Honestly, I am. I appreciate you. And it's going to take all of us to change the systemic wrongs. Some of those wrongs, we don't even know that we're participating. But if we really do, as Christian Alvarado says, link arms. Link arms. I'll be back. All right, guys, as promised, I was going to come back at 7:05. It is 7:05 in hopes that other people could get the chance of joining us. But we have a lot of people who's wondering what's going on. Michigan Democratic Party, what are you doing, Cynthia A. Johnson? Girl, that's a big leap. And I'll tell you, the reason I've decided to do it, to run as the chair of the Michigan Democratic Party, is to give all people the same accommodations that we give to, but we shouldn't give to our friends and family. There is absolutely zero reason why we don't have open meetings, ongoing meetings. There's no reason why caucuses and groups and others cannot have the same opportunities that you give to, or that some give to, friends and family. The Michigan Democratic Party is supposed to be a party for the members. The Michigan Democratic Party is supposed to be seen, accessible. That's what the Michigan Democratic Party is supposed to be about. The Michigan Democratic Party should be about encouraging more people to get involved. That's what the Democratic Party is about. That is what the Democratic Party should be about. Inclusive, meaning that with all your heart, we as a Democratic Party, we are inclusive. And when you say it, mean it. But don't insult the intelligence of any of us by using the color of one's skin in an attempt to tell the world that you're inclusive. You have some of these women, and mostly women. You have some women who have been just as duped by the system because they are a part of what we are trying to get rid of, and that is systemic wrongs, systemic racism, systemic anti-woman, systemic anti-Black, systemic anti-human, it appears sometimes. Some of the things that I have experienced and seen within my party is embarrassing. As a legislator, on several occasions, I have said to my colleagues, stop being pussies. Yes, I have said that. We have to either stand up for what is right or what we claim is right. We're going to have to stand up for those communities of color, not for us to make sure that anyone other than a person of color or Black handles the money for the color or the communities of color. You know, we have to put a stop to all of that. We have to call what it is. And within our own party, We hurt the least of us. We hurt those women. And we hurt those same people who we claim we are there to champion for them. This party showed me what champion looks like. Yes, the party got behind Joe Tate. Rah, rah, great. Yes, the party got behind our governor, our attorney general, our secretary of state. Rah, rah. But when state representative got attacked and threatened, I heard zero from this party to champion behind your Democrat woman, Black woman, the same person, the same type who helps this party on and on and on again. But it just appears as though we sometimes forget. We sometimes forget. You know, Lavora is a nice person. I've met her, we've talked, you know, all of that. I love the lady, okay? For real, for real. And none of us want to be fighting with each other. We want to, please mute. None of us really want to fight against each other. We're all grown people. We all want the same things. We want peace. We want excellent education. We want fair housing. We don't want our communities gentrified. We don't want to be ignored. You know, just those little things, just those little bitty things called respect. We don't want our own brothers and sisters to snoop around trying to find out who's doing what when, if you are actually going to run. Rah, rah, I'm there to help you, only to snoop around and plan those same political games. At what point are we going to stop? At what point are we going to say enough of these games? We have our children who are looking up to us. We have seniors who are being displaced. We have those in the disability community who can't even get a ride to their doctor's office. When are we going to champion behind those issues? With Cynthia A. Johnson, you will have me. I will be accessible. I'm a straight shooter. And for those of you who are currently working, if you're part of the problem, you're out of there. I can promise you that. I'm not going to be playing these games. Now, what are the consequences, Cynthia? Well, some consequences will be that there'll be big money pulled out of the party. Some of the consequences will that there'll be some people, including white people, who will leave the party. And to those of you who feel like that, we now know where you stand. We now know your real position. So leave. Show your cards. Next move. You guys, I am extremely passionate about people, all people, being treated fairly. And this is no BS to me. We're talking about our lives right now. While you have politicians in the background creating division purposely. We have people in our party who really are not Democrats. That's going to change too. Because we're going to have to vet these people. We are letting the devil inside of our party and we're doing nothing about it. That's going to change. Oh, yes, it is. Oh, yes, it is. So if you want to help our party and you are tired of being hoodwinked and you are tired of people throwing Black people in front of the camera, pretending like they are for the people and making sure that we're inclusive when we know we need to pull that Band-Aid off. Because this party has a lot of redeeming to do. So if you want to help, get the word out. I'm not asking for $1. I'm not asking for anything. Get the word out. Let everybody know that you must be, if you can vote as a Democrat, but you can't go to the Huntington Place downtown Detroit on February 11, 2023 to vote for the chair if you're not registered as a Democrat with the Michigan Democratic Party, and that must be done no later than January 12th, 2023. The minimum payment that you'll make for membership is $10. You can really get it for free, but you know, the party then threw another loop in there and say, if you want it, you have to ask for it in writing. We'll send it to you in writing. Kind of crap is that? That's gonna stop too. And did y'all know that in order to, well, this is what I've been told anyway, you know, I requested a list. Because, you know, I want to have the same kind of opportunities as our current chair. I want to have those same opportunities. I know she's got access to all those names, all the members, over 7,000 of them. But they want me to pay over $2,000, 25 cents per name. Did y'all know that y'all names are being sold? Did you know that? I didn't either. That's going to change. My name is Cynthia A. Johnson. I love y'all. I'll stay a couple minutes for questions. If you got any questions, let's do this. And if you are muted, unmute yourself. We know how to act like adults and speak one person at a time. Hold on for a second, honey. Oh, shoot. You know I'm not good at this, right? Ask, unmute. 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 Yes. So now we can have a conversation. How's everybody? Can I see everybody's beautiful face, please? I don't see your beautiful face, Tracy. Hey, Joel. Hey, LaWanda. Where's your beautiful face? Hey, Tracy.
I am on my cell phone, so I'm having difficulties with
Hey, Amanda.
the camera.
That's all right, honey. Hey, Jimmy. Oh, girl, don't worry. Your beautiful face is your beautiful face. It doesn't matter when your beautiful face is your beautiful face. It's always going to be your beautiful face. Doesn't matter when, where, how, because your skin is only skin. It's only skin deep. And guess what? We have a lot of work to do. Okay? We have to stop all the BS. We have to put that, we have to put that out of the window. We have to hold ourselves accountable. And until we do that, systemic racism will continue to happen in the state of Michigan and all of our governments. And I say, now is the time. And like I told my little princess, and she hasn't responded to me, if not now, when? Why are you so afraid when you know what's going on? When you continue to do this, all you do is perpetuate racism, whether you know it or not. All y'all know me. You know me. You know me. You know the lies that the Trump people put out about me. After I got sick and tired of over 6 days of hate, of threats, of phone calls, I mean thousands to my home. Not one time did MDP put out a statement. Not that if you did, I didn't know about it. Not one time did I get a phone call. Not one time. The governor put a statement out, but it was like kind of lukewarm. It was like, well, she really shouldn't have done it. And no, neither side should be bad. Bullshit. We have to call these folks out who they are. Michigan has an opportunity to make some major changes. We just need people in place who care about the people and not play games. If you don't like me, you don't like me. If you want this party to stay the same, you keep bitching about the same things and not doing anything about it, then you get exactly what you deserve. But if you want change, I got this award by the National Action Network called the Loudmouth Award. So if you want change, you just need loudmouth. Loudmouth, I got the award in 2022. Loudmouth 2022, at your service. Any questions, anybody? Hey, Lawanda, your hand is raised. I'm sorry, sweetie.
Yeah, that's okay. Yeah, I really had a question about the systemic racism and what would your plan be to expose it? You know, there were candidates that were kicked off of the ballot for following the instructions that were actually on the affidavit. I know for myself, I was disqualified not only from the primary, but for the general for something that they didn't have a law to even back up. And I really dug into my situation. And when I found out what actually happened, I was flabbergasted. And so with that, the governor has gone on record to declare that racism is a public health threat. And she has also...
Let me correct you on that, Lawanda. Do your research on this. Racism is a public health crisis, came from moi.
Okay.
It came from me. Not one time. And I'm glad that you mentioned this, because this is how certain folks take credit for things that we do.
Mm-hmm.
Racism is a public health crisis. They sent it to committee. I reached out to the governor, asked her to take it on. She did not. Later, couple months later, she picked it up, but never one time gave credit to that person who it belonged to. That's another thing too. We have to call that out. So you ask me, how do you correct that? You call it out, but I can't tell you everything right now because we public. Next question.
Hey
Lawanda?
there, Cynthia. My name is Christian Alvarado. I am currently on the Young Democrats of Michigan. I'm currently running for vice chair of the Young Democrats of Michigan at the same convention. My experience so far with leadership has been that they are very secretive. They do not want to help the young people out. They refuse to give us a list of 16 to 36 within the party. Has tried their best to not give us a penny. Is there a plan for how we can continue building on the momentum that young people have started in the 2022 election?
Absolutely. Again, we are public. Okay? Are you following me? We are public.
I get it.
We are public. You don't let your left hand know what your right hand is doing, and vice
But
versa.
how would your administration want to take care of that?
I'm sorry, say that again. Christian? Christian? Unmute yourself and ask the question again because I didn't hear it.
Oh, I'm just asking, so like, is there anything that you can say about how you would like to work with young people, especially the Young Democrats of Michigan, who is a caucus within your party?
Do we want to work with you? Is that a trick question?
No, it's not do you have a plan on how we can work together better? Because currently the party and the young people really are working independently, even though we should be working together.
My plan is to work with you, but my plan is for you to work this, because see, I'm not the young person anymore. Y'all come up with the plan and then share it with me and whoever else we're supposed to share it with, and then let's take it from there. But you know, you're the young people. Your perspective matters. Even if I might disagree with it, if it's not way crazy, hey, you got me 100%. But it just doesn't take me. I want to see the plan, but I don't want to share the plan, not publicly. We will never do that. Yes, Christian.
Oops, sorry.
No. Oh, Christian, that he had his hand. Okay, yeah, Joe. Hi, Joel.
Hey, Rep. Johnson, how you doing?
doing
Finally, I got in. So, one of the concerns some people I talk with had is, these reports about you supporting Kanye West, even after his anti-Semitic statements and things like that. And, I'm just trying to find out, is that true, that not true? Because I know just because it's in media doesn't make it true. Because I like the things that you're saying, and I like the fact that you're calling it out the way it is. MDP has not been supportive the way that it should be, especially to me from what I see here in Macomb County in the Black community, and I'm sure it's that way in other places. But I just want to make sure I understand where you're coming from so I can let people know, because I don't want them just to see something online or somewhere on the internet and say, oh, I can't support her because of blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean?
Thank you, Joel. I appreciate that question so much. And so if you'll oblige me, I'd like to thoroughly address this. Kanye, better known now as Ye, is obviously supporting the First Amendment, the right of free speech. However, if I am anti-Semitic, then I'm anti-Black. I'm no more anti-Semitic than I am anti-Black. I absolutely agree with Ye when it comes to generational wealth. I guess people, they miss that part. they never bring up generational wealth that Black people have lost for centuries, generations. So you see, when Ye speaks about that issue, about how Black people have been misused and abused, I don't care who they are. We all in this room and all over the country, and even the music industry, they know it's the truth. So when Ye speaks of being misused, I can relate to that. I can relate to how I can't even go back 2 generations because the land that my grandparents and great-great-grandparents came from a plantation. They then soon later became sharecroppers, having still lost all of the acres and acres of land. So when Ye speaks of being misused, it has nothing to do with me, only that I can relate as a woman who have sat by and watched her people struggle unnecessarily. Struggle unnecessarily because of hate, because of fear. And then we latch on to that little ant or that little flea that's telling that mixed up story. Say, oh, I gotta shut her up, and I'm gonna call her anti-Semitic, and I'm gonna say to her, I'm gonna say to the world that she's a part of. Yay, there's a lot of things that I didn't like about my mother. But there were many things I did like about her. Ain't no different with Ye. There's a lot that I don't like about Ye. But when he speaks of and he talks about wealth and generational wealth, and I can look back and I can know and I can see my family and even poor white families, not just Black families, in these United States of America, how poor white people have been abused. So see, it's not just Black folks. I speak up for Black folks only because I have the passion, only because I'm a woman of color, only because I'm a Black woman, a powerful woman. I speak up for my people, but I know that what has happened to Black people has always also happened to white people. We've all been duped, and we need to stop playing this game. Pull the scab off and let's get to work. I hope that answered your question in regards to Ye.
Thank you, Rep. Johnson. Yes, it did. I appreciate that.
You're welcome. Yes, Tracy.
Hey, how are you?
Good, baby. How are you?
Oh, I'm doing real good. Doing real good. So I do have a question.
Yeah.
During this past election, one of the things that I heard within the African American community was that they didn't feel like they were valued members of the party, that they didn't feel like there was even a place for them in the party. And then you have the other party that is making space for people like Carano and people like John James. One of the things that bothered me so much in 2020 was that Labora should have been leading the charge with Black Lives Matter in the city of Detroit. So she's a Black woman. You're a Black woman. How are you going to bring the African American community back to at least make them feel like they are valued when we have a Black woman right now that's the president, that is the chair of the Michigan Democratic Party? And in my opinion, she hasn't done much. What?
Thank you, Tracy, for that question. First of all, your last name is Pease, and I'm going to use a word that has that in it. See, first of all, Lavoria, the person that they use, it could be anybody, as long as that person was a person of color or a Black person. They would have used it anybody, but they didn't. That was not to appease Black people. It was to appease white people. That's what that was used for. And to show white people, see, we are inclusive. I want you to spread the word. We are inclusive. I want you to spread the word. We are inclusive. See, the party really does not. The party, its leaders its leaders, the top leaders from Virginia, as you all know, with no ties to Michigan until 2015. But for your leadership, see, I lost my train of thought. This is crazy. Tracy, give that to me again. You know, sometimes you get that way.
That's okay. So the question is how are you going to be, how are you as a Black woman going to bring the community back to the party, or at least make them feel like they're, they're valued members, because they
Tracy,
are.
Thank you for reminding me. First of all, so much in that dog on it. One of the words that you said is, how are you going to make them feel? I don't want to make them feel anything. I want them to know that they are part of this thing called the Democratic Party. And I want them to know that we are listening. And I want them to know that it's time for them to actively take part. So that, and it's not about a party, but it's about a group of us who need to change the dynamics, need to change how we interact, have to change the way we get mad at somebody and say, well, I'm not going to talk to that person, or I'm done with them. Silly things, same kind of things that make divorces happen, because we're not listening to each other. Because we're so quick to say, forget you, because I don't like the way you look. So it's going to take all of us. But as long as I have breath, and as long as I am chair, and even, let me just say this, and even if I'm not chair, I'm still going to have a loud mouth and try my damnedest to do all I can to help people to wake up, because what we're going through, this is no joke. We are being tested and tried. And I don't know what you believe, but I believe my higher power is saying enough of this. And I'm going to show you all what I'm really about. Guarantee that. You mock my word. With that, I got to get out of here. Any last questions? Anything, y'all? I just want to say thank you. Thank you for taking the time. Thank you for trusting me. For those of you who trust me, I thank you. I thank you more than you will ever begin to know. I love you. I trust you. I hope you trust me. I know you, and I hope you know I need you, because you need me. We need each other. It's time for us to get to work. Get to work, soldiers!